Hello, I'm Rhonda Stieber. I'm the art director teacher at St. John Paul II Catholic School. This is my 20th year at the end of this year. So we just finished doing Rodeo Art Show. These are middle school artwork. This was the first time ever I had a student that used India ink with the old-fashioned steel quill pens and did pointillism to draw first her Diamondback Rattler and create the environment. She worked 3 months on this artwork. It was such a labor of love. This is ink etching. So I also had a student who kind of created a more abstract design with his ink etching. They use steel tools to etch, so they have to draw simply their animal. Then once they have free drawn it, they can flip their tracing paper over because it is their drawing. And this is Prismacolor. This was a 7th grader. So Prismacolor is about layering, multiple colors and very photorealistic design of the various animals, which these two are oil pastel, which all elementary uses, and they're using right now for Go Texan Art Show. And it's also about layering, but starting with the invisible color. This is permanent Sharpies, pointillism. And we did a hummingbird, so students had that prior knowledge. So it's making small polka dots using the extra fine point markers to create the whole design. Then below here we have my elementary mini art club. It's 3rd and 4th grade. I started by making the body forms, which are crunch balls of paper, 6 balls for the bottom of the body, 4 for the brain, and then the students are paper macheing, and the end result will be they will have a cute little Easter bunny. Then my younger students will be using these desk organizers, and we will paint the sides and the back white. And then I have templates that have all different kinds of designs that they will tape to draw insects, maybe butterflies, bumblebees, leaves, animals. I have like hundreds of templates that they will draw with pencil on the front, and then they'll use permanent markers to then detail their drawing, and it will match Kleenex boxes that they designed and painted in the fall. My older art club will be doing differently. Last year we made these beautiful maple wood bowls to give to parents for Christmas gift that you could put nuts or functional treats inside, and they learned the art of wood burning using a wood burning tool. My 6th grade wheel is creating copper metal molding. I pre-cut 26 gauge copper and in a standard 6x8 size, and each student selects a spotted, dotted, striped, textured animal. You have to have those ideas. You can use, like I did an armadillo. I also did a buffalo because the fur is very textured. You can do a leopard because it has spots. You can do a zebra because it has stripes. You can do a giraffe because it has large spots, so that you can then mold out with brass tools to create the dimensional aspect. So students learn how I get a brick of 25 pounds of clay, how to grid the clay and cut it. So each student gets about 3/4 of a pound of clay. And again, they have to do their research. What kind of animal do they want to create? It needs to be 3-dimensional, so it needs to have 4 feet. And you can see this student made a really cute little platypus. So we mold this very early in the 9-week period, usually around the 3rd week. Then it has to sit and dry for another 4 weeks before they can paint it. Then they use their photography to bring out the definitive features. This is an example of a Navajo weaving. I use painting stretcher bars that are stapled on the front and the back as the frame, and there are 52 nails that go across the top and on the bottom. Then students, I teach them how to string their loom using linen thread because it's super strong and won't break. And that's what you see at the top are the threads. Then they select whatever colors they want, and I've had a variety of neon colors, warm colors, cool colors. This student really liked using neutral colors, and they learn to weave and create shapes within the weaving. All right, this is artisan class, and students worked on a graphic design, freehand design using permanent markers. Then they had to use an owl tool, which is very sharp, and map out the curvilinear holes, which then they will learn the mathematical process of string art, sewing in a pattern, 11, 11, 11, to create 11 different colors within their drawn design. This is a beautiful artwork, and I've had several students put this in their portfolios as one of their 5 artworks for getting into the High School for Performing Arts. This is inspiration that I got from going to an art show at the Museum of Fine Arts Houston. The artist Gego used not only screen wire, but chicken wire, barbed wire to create a maze in the museum. And what I was fascinated with, she used a variety of buttons in different colors and shapes, and she sewed them into the wire. She also used seashells, and she used pieces of wood. So when I finished viewing the whole art show, I decided to buy wire and start to create a design. We start out with almost a starfish idea with 5 legs, and then the students build the center and work out, selecting different colors they like, different metals they like, and it's important to always triangulate your gold, triangulate your silver, triangulate your greens and your blues as you work around the composition. And they had to sew a whip stitch all the way around in a variegated yarn so this wouldn't be sharp. And the whole artist concept was that when she moved and left Germany after the Nazi invasion, they were leaving suppression. When they moved to Venezuela, she realized the same thing was existing there. So the metal represents the caging in of people, and the buttons represent faith, family, love of friendship, and the beauty of the culture. And so we shared that with this project. I teach basket weaving, and this is a 6th grade wheel beginning basket. They learn how to use a wooden base and how to string in their backbones, and then how they weave it upside down. Then they use pony beads in a pattern to create their design. As students get older and they are in my Art 1 class, they create a larger basket, and at this point they're looking for different natural tonalities of the reed, and we also have included seagrass, which is hand twined together from Indonesia. And then they select various wooden beads that they may like to embellish their artwork, and they learn how to tie off by using an owl to tuck in the reed that is at the very top. God created everything. God is the greatest artist of all. He created all of us, all of nature, all of creation. And as teachers, we touch lives every day in what we do, in our kindness, in our love for our students, in our patience, in trying to help students. I think one of my faith walk is helping each student not to be the best artist, but to find where they can achieve their best artwork, whatever level that is. And so they can use all the techniques that they learn in art class in 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional art to help them with their science project, to help them with a book report and drawing maybe the cycle of a frog, growing from a tadpole to a frog, to use art in their core curriculum subjects to help their grades. But then for those students that do have that wonderful gift, as you see here with rodeo, is encouraging them to take it to the next level. They could have careers in art, maybe be an art teacher or a professor, or have a career where they're using their science or mathematics or English intelligence, but also incorporate their artistic ability. But God is who gives us all these gifts, and what a blessing.